Hey there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Fallout, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm killing time until Shadowkeep right now. Could I be making a ton of content on what's coming in Shadowkeep, including spoilers and how to prepare for it? Yeah, I probably could. But October is gonna be a busy month for me, and I'll be straight with you. I would rather save my energy for next month when I'll probably be running on a lean mixture of no sleep and black coffee while working as hard as I can to make as much new Shadowkeep content for all of you as humanly possible. But that doesn't mean there is nothing to talk about now. As you saw from the title, we are here to talk about a hidden exotic perk on the Skyburner's Oath. We are. But let's put all of our cards on the table. This gun is bad. At least I think it is. I mean, it's unique in its design. But that being said, I think it's one of the worst weapons in the current PvP sandbox. But more on that later. I'll go ahead and show you what I found because I think it's interesting. But by no means will this make the gun broken good, super OP, in Crucible, or anything like that. Anyway, when I found this hidden perk out, full disclosure, it was because I was testing more junk related to barrel length, because one of the ornaments on the Skyburner makes your barrel a little bit longer. So, being the curious little cat that I am, I decided to see if the longer barrel on the Skyburner gives it a better damage drop-off point, like how we found out with the Chaperone and a few other weapons. And that's how I stumbled across this little hidden gem. Ready? Brace yourselves. The Skyburner's Oath has no damage drop-off point, like at all. At least from what I can tell. I know, not wildly groundbreaking or game disrupting, but kind of weird. Let me show you. The base damage that Skyburner puts out in PvP is 66 damage on a headshot. Remember, that is two damage numbers because one is the slug connecting with the enemy guardian and the other damage number is the explosion damage. No matter how far away you get from the other player, those two numbers never change on a headshot, and no, I'm not kidding. I took my friend to the PvP map Eternity and we stood at the absolute furthest distance away from each other that we could, 126 meters, and I was still able to get 66 damage on a headshot. Now, if there's a longer distance available in PvP that you can hit somebody from, by all means, let me know down in the comment section and I'll give it a whirl. But I'll bet $5 right now that it'll tag for 66 damage in the head. I'd like to point out that this buff isn't listed anywhere on the weapon at all. As a matter of fact, with 0 damage drop-off point, you would probably expect a larger range number on the gun. It's 55. Some of you might be thinking right now, hey, Fallout, you idiot, that's not a hidden perk. That's just how explosive rounds works. Right, except for the fact that no, it isn't. Here's how the perk Explosive Payload works. I will demonstrate on my vouchsafe. Dealing damage once again shows two numbers, one where the bullet damages the target directly and the other number showing explosive damage. Notice the maximum damage, and as we move further away from one another, one of the numbers changes. The damage that you can do directly with the bullet slowly goes down the further away you move. The explosive damage number never changes though, and that's how Explosive Payload works on all guns. All guns except the Skyburner's Oath, where the further away you go, neither damage number changes ever. I'd also like to remind you that according to Bungie, Skyburner's Oath does in fact have the perk Explosive Payload, even though it's not listed on the weapon. It was included in the patch notes way back in update 1.2.0 when it and many other exotic weapons fundamentally got changed. So yeah, I'm not sure that all of you watching this video will care, but here is my tinfoil hat theory. When Bungie changed Skyburner, they had to make it so that when you're ADSing, the weapon is hit scan, but when you're hip firing, it is projectile. They probably wanted to make sure that when hip firing, the projectiles would not have damage drop off, or else that would suck. But by doing that, they accidentally gave unlimited range to the weapon when you're ADSing as well. That is literally the only thing I can think of. There's really no reason at all that a weapon with 55 range can do max damage at a distance of 126 meters away. 55 range is the exact same as my vouchsafe scout rifle, by the way, and that thing's damage falls off a cliff way sooner. I tested multiple weapons with Explosive Payload. None of them behave the same way. They all experience damage drop-off. All of them except for the Skyburner. All right, Fallout, we get it. Jeez, what's the bottom line already? Well, I don't know. If you're playing PvP and you find yourself on a really, really large map, maybe the Skyburner might actually come in handy. Of course, you could always just use a sniper rifle out there, but for literally dozens of Guardians out there in the wild who actually enjoy using scout rifles in PvP, this might be the play. As I mentioned earlier though, the Skyburner, in my opinion, is just bad. I mean, yeah, on paper, being able to 3-tap an enemy across the map with no damage drop-off is pretty dank, but up close the Skyburner gets outplayed by a lot, and I mean a lot, of weapons. Not to mention that any sniper worth his or her weight in gold can just 1-tap you in the brain, which is more likely to happen on larger maps anyway. I don't know. Even with all that in mind, I like finding weird tidbits like this, and if you see me on stream, I might be fiddling around with a Skyburner on larger maps to try to make a loadout that works centered around that gun. Also, on a more uplifting note, it makes me wonder, what other hidden perks might be out there on exotic weapons we know and love? Maybe none, but knowing Destiny, I don't know. Maybe some. I'll be on the lookout. If you think you have any exotic weapons that may have a secret perk, do me a favor, drop me a line on Twitter, or when I'm live on Twitch, pop into the chat and let me know. Anyway, I hope maybe a few people got something from this video. As I mentioned earlier, once October is here, I will be going full steam ahead with hopefully helpful and entertaining content on all the new stuff coming with Shadowkeep and Year 3 of D2. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.